What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 19 different altcoins today. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Hat yesterday for leaving timestamps in the video. Thanks for doing that, man. I really appreciate it. Whether it was out of boredom or you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart, I really do appreciate it a lot. I'm probably not going to do timestamps for this one. I don't think I will have time, unfortunately, but I really need to be better about that. It's just, it depends on what time I can get to these videos, which as of the past few weeks, it's been a little bit later in the day. Another little PSA or memo that I want to get out there is I will be restricting the amount of requests that can be done per person per day. Right now it's an unlimited amount. Literally request as many as you want, whatever you want, whether it's crypto, stocks, whatever, and that will still stay the same except for the unlimited amount. You know, you can request whatever you want whenever you want, but two requests per person per day is going to be the limit starting next week on Sunday. So whenever the crypto week closes, whenever it opens up next Sunday, this coming Sunday, that's when that rule will be placed into effect. I want to give it a little bit of time, a little bit of a week's time for people to hear about it and not just like expect it, you know, like expect to get 3 or 4 requests on one day because I did it the day before and then I just cut them off cold turkey. You know, I'd give a little notice. You know, I think I can hang with it for another 5 or 6 days or so. But anyways, let's get into the list right now. Let's talk about it right now. XLM for Rhino Lip, ENS and ICX for Mr. Hat, FLR for Gambit, XDC for Ben G the Third. We're going to talk about Ape for Kara, AAVE and Tezos for Chad Shi. Then we're going to move on to TitanX for the Faithful Citizen, AKT and Kimbo for Jordan Bailey. Going on to COTI and Super for Go Viral or Die Tryin', Alchemix or Alchemix for Frank Brantley, Alice for Steve Letterman, and we're going to finish up the video with MU for Tony Tacos, DGB for the Jarrett Group, FORT for Steve Letterman, and LOCA for Steve Letterman as well. And that's what we got. That's the list tonight. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I love seeing that crypto's moving up, man. A lot of top cryptos have been moving up today. Bitcoin was at 57K earlier. Bitcoin Cash is moving up. Compound's moving up. Litecoin's moving up. You know, Ethereum, I would assume, is moving up too. I actually haven't looked at that chart. Did I type it in right? Oh, I typed in ETH. My bad. Got grayscale on the brain. Yeah. Ethereum moved up today too, had a little pop. It's not up too much right now, but yeah, moved up a little bit. I mean, it moved up yesterday too. But anyways, XLM. I do like this formation on the daily. I do. It's kind of, it almost looks like a bottoming pattern for a longer accumulation phase. You know, like if this was a weekly or monthly look, that'd look really nice. But still, I like it. You know, I guess technically it's been forming since August, so that is a long phase of accumulation or consolidation, you know, forming higher lows. I was concerned that we were going to break lower, but I think a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago I said that this does look like it's going to be good. And to be fair, before I was concerned, I was thinking we were going to hold this as support, but we ended up just creeping and crawling lower. It scared me a little bit. We got over that fears within like a week or two. I forget how long it took, but been bullish now for at least a couple weeks, if not more than that. Thinking that prices will continue higher. I think we're going to, just like XRP, we're going to maintain this kind of like channel that we're in, right? It's not the most beautiful channel. Here, let me see if I can draw it better than that. But something like this, more or less, you know, going up. And that might not be too tight of a line. It might be more like this. Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted. Something more like that, where we fall out of it to the upside and the downside sometimes, but more or less moving up, you know, week after week, month after month, until we get ready to break out, which actually could be sooner than later. Because I think looking at this, I don't know if I've ever said this before. I don't know if I have, but looking at this now, it kind of just dawned on me that this could have been like some kind of fake out, right? And we're in this grand accumulation range. I think when we do break out of like this 13, 15 cent area, and let's see, let's put it at this low close here. Yeah, 13 to 13 and a half, 13.7 cents. When we break out of that area, it might be go time for this thing to see prices. Like it might do a move like this, but bigger and more sustained up to like 23 cents, maybe 40 cents. And I do think we're going to go past that. Right now, I think things look good for XLM. Daily RSI looks great. Weekly RSI looks great. Getting above the 50, love to see it. Yeah, I think it wants to move up. I do. It does want to continue to move up. So look for that break above like 13.5, 13.7 cents. if we get a week to close above there, that could be an indication that we are ready to move substantially higher than these highs. If not, we might see something like this where we move up, we consolidate a little bit, and then we move up more, or we could pull back down, find a higher low, and then, you know, kind of do that, and then move up. But that's a nice area to look for. You know, breaking these tops on a weekly basis would be nice to see. So XLM, that's XLM for you. I do think it's moving up. Let's talk about ENS now. Ethereum name service. Very nice move up. Yeah, that's a nice long phase of accumulation as well. Definitely a breakout candle. Definitely a breakout candle. What was that, in January? Yeah. So you've been consolidating since then. Nice high and tight consolidation. You know, I say that, but actually from a top to bottom, that looks like some drop that you had. Yeah, 43%. High and tight, but that's only because it's such a big growth, so it looks really tight up here, but really that's a 40% drop. It does look good. It does look pretty good. I love the daily RSI. It looks really good. Weekly RSI looks awesome as well. Also looks very resilient. Yeah, you probably want to move up higher. I would think that you're going to move up maybe to your 1272 or 1618. I don't know which one to take. If it's this one, or I want to say we'll do this one first and see how it's been respected on the way up. Okay, that looks pretty well respected. That might be the one. Let's move it back just to see if this is. Oof. That's clean, man. Yeah. The reason I'm not taking this one is because this was like this high and low. It's like a different move down. This move down, it can all be as one. Like, yes, you had this kind of move here, but all in all, it's like a low, a higher high, or a lower high, lower low. Like it seems like it's all one move to me. Where this seemed like more of the end of like this move, this like greater move up here. So. If that makes any sense. That's just how I'm looking at it. And that does look really nice, that respect right there. So anyways, I think we're going to move up to $32 to $40 and a half, $40.50 very soon. That's probably where you're going to go on this next phase up. It is possible to see a deeper extension if this were to be some kind of flag with that crooked flagpole there. You know, measure it from the bottom. I mean, that'd take you just past the 1618, and you can do that. You don't have to go exactly to the lines. If the breakout point's considered to be here, I mean, still that's pretty deep. I don't know. You might see prices deeper than 40, but for now, let's say grounded at $32 to $40 and a half. You're at $22.27 right now, going up, looking good on the daily, on the weekly. Everything looks good. ICX is the next one. ICX USD on Kraken. We can do Binance, I think. Let's see which one has more historical data. Okay, Binance it is. Yeah, this looks like I really do like this bottoming pattern a lot, man. This is very well developed. It's taken a long time to develop, but you've got like this nice double bottom look. I mean, it's kind of, I would say this is an atom. It's kind of a U. It's almost, it could be an Eve. It could be an Eve. It could be an Eve and Eve bottom. Adam and Eve bottoms are the most common, right? Where you get the V and the U, but there are Eve and Eve. There are, and that kind of looks like an Eve and Adam almost, but there are Adam and Atoms, you know? It happens. Generally speaking, I think when the Adam comes second, that's the more bullish pattern, but man, an Adam and Eve pattern nonetheless is a very bullish structure, and I do think this thing wants to configure that. It wants to complete that. So likely what I'm saying is you're probably going to see highs higher than the last bull cycle high, probably, which would mean that based off of this current fib here, you'd see prices anywhere from about $7.60 to $22.50 by the end of the cycle, if not higher. It is possible. ICX, let's look at it real quick, see if that market cap is possible, because I know this thing has a little bit of a higher market cap. Oh no, it doesn't. 257. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. 257 million. Let's see. I mean, 100 billion would be, or 100x would be a $25 billion market cap. So yeah, you could see prices deeper than $25, man. Maybe even up to $30 or higher. You could go all the way up to 52. It is possible. That is a totally achievable market cap to have. I mean, we do see some cryptos that like their 1886s or 2272s even. What would that be? 2272. I don't know about that. I don't know about that this cycle. I don't think that's going to happen. But from the measure move that we would have off of this bottoming pattern, which I'm assuming is either an Adam and Eve or an Eve and an Eve, you take the full depth of the pattern, which would be the lowest point to the highest point, put your breakout point right there at the nipple, and that would put you, yeah, I mean, you could see that. You can see that kind of growth. Look at, I mean, where you are now, 200 and what was it? 200 and, let's call it 260. A 100x, again, would be 26 billion. So a 300x would be 78 billion. But then you'd have another 70x after that, right? So that'd be close to a $100 billion market cap. I think it would be just shy. That'd be pretty close to a $100 billion market cap, which could provide resistance. You know, you hit that $90 billion range, it could hit resistance. But maybe you don't go that high. That is the measure move. You don't have to hit that measure move. You could fall shy of it. You could exceed it. You don't have to stop there either. But somewhere, I think somewhere above $50 could be in the cards for this thing by the end of the cycle. But more in the immediate term, I got caught up on that, sorry. More in the immediate term, I actually do want to pump it back out to the monthly. I think you're in this accumulation phase right here, right? It looks pretty obvious. When it comes time to break it, you're going to see moves up that are really nice. You know, you could do something like this where you move up, you break out, you pull back to the accumulation range for support, and then you continue. You might have a phenomenal breakout like a lot of these cryptos are doing. You might pull back to a previous area of support, something like that, and then continue, you know, consolidate in this area and then continue. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Let's look at the weekly. Top there. Yeah, so that's your breakout point. I think that's pretty clean right there. Maybe this weekly high at about 36 cents. You close a week above 36, it's go time. Probably at least up to like 60 cents, 61 cents, all the way up to $1, even higher than that. You know, it's going to happen very fast. And maybe soon. That's a nice bullish looking weekly RSI. I don't think you're ready to break out yet, right? As you get closer to this line, that'll be more anticipated, but this is the weekly chart. It could take a month or two. It could take a week or two, depending on how quick it moves up. But for now, things look bullish. You are in your overbought zone, you know, kind of got a double top. You might come back a little bit, and that's okay. You could pull back to 24 cents, 25 cents, even all the way down to like 20 cents. Well, maybe like 22 cents, and you'd still be good. I like the daily RSI, though. I do like the weekly as well. 4 hour looks strong as well. So all in all, if you move lower, it's not going to be by much, and you definitely have a lot of upside to go. So any dip is for buying, and any high is not for selling. Hold on and wait for this thing to continue higher, man, because it's got a lot more to go. FLR USD. Let's see. I think this is Flare, right? Yeah, Flare. Doing phenomenal. Yes, it is. Let's see here. All right. Its whole chart existence is just a V-shaped recovery, man, which are very bullish things. You know, technically, how V-shaped recoveries work is you recover to the point of where the V started. That's what I heard once upon a time, and I found that to be true most of the time. Sure, you could continue past it. And some people, you know, you'd look at this and you say, well, the V started over here. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't include that here. I might say it started essentially where it is now. So this move up might be done with that old like rule of thumb, you know, based on that saying that V-shaped recoveries end where the V started. And sometimes it's hard to decipher. Sometimes it's easy. To me, this looks pretty simple. Like I feel like that would be where the V started. But you don't have to stop here just because that's where it started. You absolutely could persist and go further. You are very hot on your weekly RSI. You're at a 95.6. Daily RSI just topped out. I mean, well, oh no, it did not just top out, actually. It would top out today if in 18 hours and 30 minutes we closed lower. Decreasing volume as you're moving up, it wouldn't be crazy to turn around from here, man. That could be your high, or maybe you move up another day, like soon, very soon you're going to roll over. I feel pretty confident in calling that a temporary high. But where are you going to roll over to? You're not going to do this. I mean, you could, but probably not, you know. I would think, well, I don't know, maybe, let's see, what did I draw there? Okay, yeah, not that, definitely not that. But something around here at this weekly low close, maybe at this weekly high close, somewhere in between this range of like 4.6 cents to 3 cents, somewhere around there. Sure, you could go lower than that, but let's take some fibs on here and see if that lines up with anything. That's not the low that I want to measure from. Okay, yeah, you could go lower than that. You could go to 2.6 cents. That is possible. I don't think you'll go all the way back to your 61869, but it's possible. But I don't think you will. I would expect to hold support around 2.6 cents to 3.5 cents, somewhere in that range. Likely around that 382. It's a very common thing to do, and that still fits technically within this range too, where you found your bottoms at. You know, that's below the 382 there. So I think that makes sense. Probably turn around from here. That's what I'm trying to say with Flare. So that's Flare. Let's move on to XDC for the XDC Ravers, man. At the request of Benji the Third, of course. Yeah. Yep. XDC looks like it wants to go lower. I think I left this up from my last analysis, I guess. Targets are very much alive and well. I think this says it all right here, man. The 61869, you broke above your 382. It was a fake move up because you basically engulfed that whole week, the next week, and got back below the 382, confirmed it as resistance, and have since moved down, closing below the 0.5. Yeah, the next likely area to go to is 3.62 to 3.23 cents. The 61869 level. Also previous area of support here, previous area of resistance here. It makes sense. Weekly RSI looking a little bit weak. Daily RSI showing weakness as well. So yeah, you probably move down, man. That's okay. I don't know if you hold. I don't think you get a lower low though. I think you will hold this structure of higher lows. So don't be too nervous with that. Let's see. Or do be, man. Who knows if this? I think this thing has higher to go over this cycle, but I can be wrong. It's not a coin that I personally hold. Yeah, it's a deep extension right there. 1618 at your 618, 1886 in that range. What more can you want, man? That's perfect. It's this. I'm glad this was left up. I might just leave it up if it stays up because that right there is absolutely perfect. That's what I think XCC is doing. ApeCoin. Let's see. I don't normally do that. I like to redo charts because it keeps the mind fresh. But that one was just. Whoever did that was great. They know what they're doing. Let's see. Low to high here. Looking good, bro. Yeah. Looking good on ApeCoin. I think ApeCoin's got higher to go. Oh, that was a lot louder than I thought it would be. Yeah. There is bearish divergence presenting itself, okay? There is. But it's not confirmed until we have a red day close, okay? You are at your 1272, right? Coming at it from the bottom. You could find resistance here, come back to your 1414 for support. I mean, did you not already do that? No, okay, I guess you didn't. You could come back to your 1414. You're at about 197 right now. You could go all the way back to about $1.80 and then move up from there. You could go lower than that. That's possible as well. But at your 1414, not only is that a significant building block, stair stepping up kind of with these significant fib extensions, but it's also previous area of resistance here and support, so it wouldn't be crazy at all to check back there. Let's see. With that daily divergence, again, it's not totally confirmed yet, but last time you had something like this where you had some noticeable daily divergence, you didn't move down too much. You had one day where you flash crashed, sure, like a small flash crash from this high to this low. I guess 28%, that's enough, yeah. So you could see a day like that where, you move past that purple line even, or that pink line, whatever color it is. Maybe you go all the way back to your 1618, all the way down at $1.50. But I doubt that you would see too much more of a drop than that. I would even be surprised if you went below your 1414. But nonetheless, I think you're working your way up. You're at $1.90 right now. You're looking to work your way up to about $2.90, and probably higher than that. ApeCoin might be turning around here, man. It could be the beginnings of something much, much bigger. ApeCoin, its whole chart looks really, really bad. It came out in the. This is not the oldest chart, is it? Actually. So it's like it did not come out in the midst of a bear market. It came out. I'm pretty sure it came out earlier than that. What? Am I wrong? Let's look here. Hold on. I thought it came out in 2021. Maybe with NFTs you were like entitled to it, but it didn't get released until 2022. I don't know. Nope. Price, log, max. Nope, that's it. Yeah, 2022. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. Yeah, literally though, your whole existence has been inside the bear market, so no wonder you're going down. I think it will see some upside with a $1.1 billion market cap. Not that much. I doubt you see 100x with this thing. I doubt that you could see a 50x with something like this. It is possible, but I would stick more to the realm of like a 20 or 30x in my opinion. Let's just see what that would get you. Maybe you go higher than a 50x. Maybe you go to an 80 or a 90x. You know, you could see an 80 or $50 billion market cap with something like this. But I definitely think you will break out to new all-time highs. So your minimum target there would be about a 34x. Yeah, that makes sense to me. 35x, 34x. Yeah. You could see $100. I bet your highest price you'd see would be around $100 if you were to do that. If not, the minimum target is like $68, $69, $70, somewhere in there. Yeah, I like it for new all-time highs for sure, but just right now it might be taking a break. It might be. Let's see how the day closes. Let's see if you can get much higher. If you can close above this 236, then you don't need to pull back down to that 1618, 1414 from the, what was it? From this move here, from this like low to high move there, these extensions, right? Pretty sure it was that. Yeah, you don't need to pull back to that, this 1414, if you can close above that 236, but that would also close you above this 1272, which would also be good. Line you up for this 886 area, potentially the 618 area, which lines up very well with that 382. So I would genuinely say if you close above $2.19, give or take, close above like $2.19 on a weekly basis, you're probably going to $3.55 very fast. But as of right now, you might take a break, might check back to around $1.80. And then continue to move up. That's ApeCoin. AAVE USD. Looking like it wants to break out. Yeah, Chad Shi, I think you're the one. Yeah, you requested this. You said it's looking like it wants to break out. I agree, man. I very much agree. Very nice weekly RSI, constructive as hell. Very nice price action, very constructive as well. Holding support at previous areas of support here, resistance, insignificance kind of, resistance, maybe a little support there. But still areas of relative significance, I would say. And you're holding support on the 50 on the weekly RSI. I love to see it. On the daily, looking very constructive. Tip to that 50. You're overbought now. This is where, when you get overbought, man, this is where you make your big moves, right? Like overbought here, nice consistent move up right there. Consolidation moved up more. Overbought a little bit more than just a peek into it, and you saw a little bit more of a strong move. So here we are peeking into it now. Will we get more follow through that'll push us up higher? I think we will. It's just a matter of when. And the price area to look for to break out of on a weekly basis might be a little bit higher. I'd say is around $108.60. If on a weekly basis you can close above there, then likely, you know, without confirmation, it's not 100%, but likely still, we would see a move all the way up to this 618. 240 to 291, somewhere in that area, because that's your 382 right there. And I doubt you're going to break this accumulation phase that you've been in since 2022 and stop right there. Stop at an area that you've already found resistance on a couple times, you know, since you've been down here. So I think you'd break through, and the next level to hit technically it'd be the 0.5, but statistically speaking, from something like this, I would more expect the 61869 personally. That's my genuine opinion. Yeah, I like the weekly, I like the daily. I think it wants to move up in the more relative immediate term. But how much higher is the question? Is it ready to make that breakout move just yet? I'm not convinced. I will be convinced when I see this close above 108.60. Until then, it's a very real possibility that we could, you know, be consolidating a little bit and then move up. We don't have to do it just yet, right? And just because we close above it doesn't mean that we're going to go off to the races immediately. It means very soon, probably, in my opinion, but likely, I mean, not likely, possibly, we could also break above it, find support on it for a couple weeks, and then move up, you know, and still that'd be relatively immediately, right? But I'm getting carried away with over-explaining, I feel like. So that's that. I think it wants to go up. I do think it wants to go up. Anything down from here will be minor. Anything up from here will be phenomenal. Just give it time. It's going to be soon enough. It looks really good. Let's talk about Tezos XTZ on Binance. Does that have more historical? Okay, that's fine. We can use that, yeah. Maybe Binance USDT. The USDT pair, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but that has the most volume in crypto. Binance is the biggest exchange for crypto, and the USDT pairs are always the most volume out of all crypto. So it's going to be the most reliable chart. In my opinion, if you have more volume backing a chart, that adds more legitimacy to it, if that makes any sense. So that's why I like to use the USDT charts if they're available. But sometimes there's other reasons to not use the USDT charts. You know, it doesn't. For example, historical data. Normally the USDT charts do not have all the historical data, but for relevance sake, you know, being in this current time frame, I think this is all we really need. Yeah, you're looking good too, man. You look like you want to break out. You said this looked like it wanted to break out. I'm with you, man. Probably up to $1.74 very soon. Inevitably working your way back up to like 327, 397. Good job, Tezos. This is an OG coin, man. It definitely has a longer history than this. I think it's been around since 2017, 2018, maybe longer than that. But it's probably going to do good. It's probably going to do really good. Let's actually look at it real quick. XTZ. 1 billion. Yeah, I mean something like this, it could see a $50 billion plus market cap. It really could. It might stop at a $20 billion market cap. You know, it doesn't have to go that high. But let's just see real quick. Yeah, I think you got that 1272 in the bag, man. The 1618 potentially as well. I want to find something with a higher, but that'd be between 19 to 4850. I want to find something with a more lengthy historical reference here. Nope. I'm pretty sure it goes back further than that. Maybe it is since 2018, 2019, but I think it goes further. 2018, okay. Yeah. XTZ. Okay, there we go. That would be new all-time highs. I mean, if it went up to, I think $18 or $19 was that first target. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So $19 to $48 on the table for Tezos here, man, in my genuine opinion. But immediately, in the more immediate term, it's looking like you want to see that $1.72 area or higher, maybe all the way up to 326. It just depends on how much you run after breaking this accumulation range. And inevitably, you're going to go higher, but just in the more immediate term, yeah, I think you are hugging that over bottom, and you're going to see a nice pop here soon. It could be today, it could be next week, it could be sooner or later than that, you know. It looks good. Looks pretty damn good. XTZ. TitanX. TitanX on Bitmart. I like the bullish divergence. I don't like how weak the daily RSI looks, to be fair. Then on the up moves, you're getting the least volume you've seen throughout this whole time. But that's okay. Weekly, it's too new to use the weekly. 4 hour looks decent. The daily looks set up to be decent, but it's still too weak to know. You still have lower highs and lower lows. So genuinely, I would say stay away from something like this. But with that being said, I kind of think it wants to move up. I could be wrong. If you take out these lows before you even see that 236, then no, you're going down. And if you're going down while everything else is going up like this, you're probably just going to continue to go down. Lower highs and lower lows since December of 2023. 618, 69 are potential targets. The 382 at about 5 zeros, 252 is a potential target as well. But I don't even want to really think about that until we see what you do with this previous high area. If you can close above the 236, we can talk about you going higher. But until then, I'm not really too convinced. Like that, yeah, you tipped your 236. Very, very weak looking chart, man. Can't even get to your 382. It's very sad. I would stay away from something like this. I don't have any interest in it myself. But maybe I don't know. Maybe there's some I don't know. It did come out at kind of non-ideal times, but I guess it came out when Bitcoin already bottomed. So I don't know. For some reason, it just likes to move down, and I don't like that. But it's very new. Who knows how high it could go? It could absolutely see new all-time highs. I don't know enough about it. I don't have enough information to have a real opinion on it. But just for what it's worth, if you move up from here, I bet it would be insignificant amounts. I kind of do expect you to continue to move down, but that opinion can quickly change if you break above 236, the 236, which is again 5 zeros, 154 area. If I break above, I don't mean like this. I don't want to wick. I want you to close above it for at least 2 days. At least 2 days. But that's TitanX. AKT. Let's see. Looking crazy, bro. Good job, man. What'd you do? 14% yesterday. Good job, Akash team, Akash network. You guys are killing it. Yeah, weekly RSI is looking very bullish. That bearish divergence that's been going on for the last like 3 weeks now, it's negated. Until, I mean, if this week closes here or higher, it's negated. It looks so good, man. It looks so. You're probably going to go to 547, maybe 625. You look really good. You could stop here. You are at your 1886. You could stop here. The daily doesn't look too good right now, but maybe you pull back to like 426 and then build from there, like still forming higher lows on your way up. Just because these are price targets doesn't mean you're going to hit them immediately. But you're building volume, man. RSI is resilient as hell. You look really good. You look like you want more. Yeah. 4 hour looks great. It all looks great, man. It all fits the bill of what I like to see for something to continue moving higher. I think it does. So higher. How much higher? A little bit higher, but it could go higher than that even. We'll see how it looks when you get up there. You probably will see some kind of retracement at some point. This thing looks pretty resilient though, man. It looks pretty damn resilient. But these are significant retracements nonetheless. Top to bottom here, that's a 63% retracement. Even this smaller one is still a pretty big retracement. 58%, I can't talk, man. Even this down here in this tiny consolidation range. 38% drop. So you are due for some kind of drop here soon. Your last kind of area of consolidation was here, and that's about a 40% drop from here. I mean, that could happen. It could happen now, I suppose, but I don't know, man. I think you want more. I do think you want more. Let's see. Oh, I just don't like how the current day looks, but looks can be deceiving, man. I think you want higher. I think you want to go like $1 higher or more, and then we could talk about a pullback. I do. I think you want higher, man. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Yep, about $1 more makes sense. Yeah, $1 more, and then we could talk about you correcting a little bit. Still forming a higher low and still looking good, but it looks good. One of the better charts for sure. Not just in this video, but in crypto right now. I think this might be a better one. Look at Souls, man. I got to talk about this one because this is a coin that I was talking about I'm interested in buying. But I put it on my, what was it? I put it on my like crypto list. I don't know, my picks. And man, I put it right before it dropped. I put it like somewhere over here and it just tanked. This was a rug pull. They got hacked. They're being very transparent, you know, and they're trying to figure some stuff out. But I'm looking to buy some actually, but you know, not financial advice. I'm talking it up, but it's on the cheap, man. It'll be the first coin I've ever invested in that has a less than $1 million market cap. So I'm going to set a new PR there for degeneracy. Let's talk about Kimbo, right? That's the one we're trying to talk about. Kimbo. I'm obviously not going to put a lot of money into it, you know. I mean, in my opinion, it's not a lot of money. But let's see. Like money that if it goes to zero, it's like, okay, well, I tried. Did I try? If I'm putting it in something that low of a market cap, I don't know. I tried to lose it. I don't know. I think it could do well, man. I really do like the team, but I'm getting away from myself here, man. Nobody requested Souls. We're talking about Kimbo. I really can't talk today, man. It's bad. Not a lot to go off of. Not a whole lot to go off of at all, man. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's consolidating. You've got lower or higher lows and lower highs. You're below your 618, finding resistance there. But you held your 236, coming back up. You probably go higher, but I don't know. Hard to say. Really hard to say. It's so new. You can't really do TA on something like this. It probably goes higher. Once you close above 3 zeros, 185, 186, let's say 3 zeros, 186, then likely you will see rapid increase up to 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 38, maybe higher. It just depends. I don't know. It's hard to do TA on something like this, honestly. Yeah, Kimbo. That's what we got for it. COTI. We're going to talk about COTI. This might be another DEX coin. Nope, not a DEX coin. Look at that. existed on Coinbase for just a few weeks, and then boom, down. It's the story of crypto, man. That's how it goes. All right, there we go. Isn't that crazy, right? Like when it came out was right around, I guess it was at the end of the bull market too, but right around the time that Coinbase listed it. They have a hell of a way of doing that, man. Looking great. Looking great. What the hell is this thing? I've never heard of it before. It's been around for a little while. Compared to most cryptos, 5.5 cents all the way up to 25 cents. You've seen a 5x, man, and you didn't tell me about this. It happened this month. Are you kidding me? Good job. Good job, everybody. That is a breakout move and a half right there. Now, the volume is not that substantial, but maybe we have it on Binance USDT. Yeah, there it is. See, that's what I mean. USDT's got way more volume, right? You can see it. That's a breakout move for sure. That's awesome. You are probably going to consolidate. You're going to pull back, do something. You're at your 61869, nice. You could pull back to about 15.6 cents over time. I bet you do stop here. I bet you do move lower. That's a very hot RSI, man. Let's look at it right there. Yeah, almost at your all-time high in RSI. And look what you did last time you were up here, right? You had a pretty significant pullback. I mean, relatively speaking, what is that? Low to high. You tipped your 618, bro. You tipped it, and you're there at your 618 now. Yeah, you're gonna pull back. You're probably gonna pull back to your 0.5, maybe your 382. It's not uncommon. If you go to 11 cents, you're okay. I promise you, you're okay. But look for that 15, 16 cent area, just below 16 cent area, potentially all the way down to just above 11 cents. Somewhere in that area, you're probably gonna pull back to. Let's look at the daily real quick. Yeah, I think so, man. I think you're gonna see a pullback today. I think that's the high. I think that's your local high, not the top, just the local high. Inevitably, with that kind of volume, with that kind of move, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw new all-time highs, man. $1.50, $4.27, maybe higher than that even. It just depends. Depends on a few things, especially the market cap size. But Super USD is next. SuperFarm, SuperFam, SuperFan. Kraken, nope. We'll use Binance, yeah. Accumulation phase broke out, consolidated, and now you're moving higher with no volume. What's the USDT chart say? It says no volume. I don't necessarily like that. Not only that, but you broke out, but you're finding a little turbulence here. Right on this breakout, you just moved straight up, and then once you started finding this, you consolidated a bit. So maybe because you're finding it now, you could pull back to about 73 cents, 73 to 70 cents, something like that, and then move higher. Maybe down to where these previous lows were, down to around 57 cents. Oh, that's a big difference, isn't that? Yes, it is. Yeah, man, you could move down to 57 cents, sure, and look fine, honestly. Bearish divergence on the weekly, and it is presented. It's not completely confirmed, though it's pretty convincing. And that would take you probably at least back to this area, which is actually at 70 cents. So I bet you do. I bet you move down to like 54, 55 cents, 50 cents at the lowest. That's my genuine opinion. Yeah. Daily doesn't look too convincing to me for the upside, but it doesn't look bad right now either. That's a nice little bounce off your 50. But you're finding resistance potentially in areas that you found resistance before, areas that you found support before, resistance before back here. It's not a good look and not a good area to turn around from. You're not finding resistance yet, not until you have a red day, okay? You could go higher first, maybe go to $1.14, $1.17, and then turn around. But you absolutely could just turn around from here. So whether it's a little bit higher or immediately soon, you have lower to go. I'm very confident that's a local high. Until you find your next higher low, you're going lower. Super. That's SuperFarm. Let's talk next about Alchemix. ALCX. I do prefer if you guys leave the tickers. It helps. Just it makes things move a little bit smoother. But if you don't know the ticker, if you just for whatever reason want to write it, it's not like anything that bothers me. Like it genuinely isn't. It's a small ho man. I thought my mic just died, or I thought like my mic went out. Okay, you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes. Dude, my camera's lagging, I guess. I don't know. I wonder if something weird just happened. I hope I haven't been muted for a while, but my camera's lagging weird. But it looks like you guys can hear me. So anyways, yeah, if you can leave the tickers, that's appreciated. If not, it's really no big deal. But just more of like a request for myself. That's all. Alchemix, United States dollars, USD. Huh. I don't know. I think it doesn't look too bad. It like looks kind of bad with this double top look that you have, but I don't know, man. Really, that's not bad. You are above your, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. I think you want to move up above this. And when it comes time to moving up above that, you're going to break out of this overall accumulation range, which would then mean or imply, if we can get this on a longer historical reference, I guess that's it, that top there to this bottom. Yeah, oh, come on. I just had it. I just had it. Come on now. $48 incoming, probably higher prices than that. I'd say $50 or more, and inevitably 125 to 168. You might even break this range because there's not, in the way of price action. Oh, come on. What's going on, man? In the way of price action, there's not a lot stopping you in this area, right? Not really. Kind of here at the 61869, kind of, like right there at the 618 specifically. But to me, this 786 area has more going on for it in price action. So you might just like blast your way all the way up to $246. Here you are at $30 right now. When I say blast your way, I don't mean that it's going to be just like this. It could be. It's possible. But probably what you do is, you get above your 382, find support there, move on up to your 618, come back, like work your way up. It's not just going to be a straight line, but it could be. But maybe it doesn't look exactly like this. Maybe it's something different. You find resistance at your 382, you come back to your 236, you build up like that, It could take longer, who knows, but nonetheless, I think you're all in all moving up to the 786 before you see a real, more extended period of consolidation for your next move up. ALCX, that's that. Alice is the next one. Alice on Coinbase. Alice on Kraken. Alice on Binance. Okay, that's the one. Should have known, Binance. Top to bottom. I'm not going to count the scam wick. I don't know. Is that on other things? Doesn't look like it. When is that scam wick on? March 23. Yeah, no. So we're not going to count that. We're going to count this as the low. Above your 236, nice. Yeah, I think you're wanting to move up probably to this 382, $2.77 area. Probably just a little bit above that, actually. It's very common to go above your 382 on the first pass. Look at this. Right above it, too, is this previous area of resistance, right? Right here. You could move up as high as like $3.32. I'd say between $3.32 and $2.77, somewhere in there. That's my thoughts. And then inevitably move up to $6.85 to $9 and probably higher than that even. Looks good. I think it's making that move now. If you move lower, you'll probably find support on a $1.57, $1.58 area if you were to move lower from here. But that's as low as you go. You're not going to drop much lower than that and then go up. You could just continue to move up now. You don't even have to drop lower. But that's what I got for your ifs, thans on Alice. Let's move on to the next one, which is MU. We're getting to the final four here. MU. Let's see. Moo for Mr. Moo Moo. I don't know about this one, man. I don't know if I like it. Not a lot of volume maybe on here. We'll do it. Pancake swap. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this, man. I guess it's this. I don't like the chart. I'll just say it bluntly. I don't like it. It's too weird to me, man. It hasn't existed for a long time. Very low liquidity. If you put money in it, you're going to have a hard time buying here. If you put money in it up here to sell, you're going to have a hard time selling. There's not enough liquidity. It's very new. Who knows what it turns into? It could be good. I don't know enough about the project, honestly, but this one doesn't interest me. I wouldn't put my money in it. None of what I say is financial advice. None of this has been financial advice. I'm just giving my genuine opinions, but I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. I think it wants to go lower from here first. It inevitably could go higher, but it doesn't interest me at all. This thing it's almost like lifeless, you know. For a brief window, you had excitement, but that was it. And there's probably not enough liquidity to get in and out at the ideal times either. But that's just my opinions on this. It could be really good. Watch it be the top crypto of the cycle, but right now, doesn't interest me. DGB. Man, this is one that honestly should have gotten its own video, but I started it. I didn't even think about it. I put that in this list of things to talk about, so here it is. Yes, DGB did have a nice week. Wow, that's awesome to see, man. I love that. 38%. Good job to all the DGB holders. I know there were some people that doubted it, man. They thought that this was a dead project, but man, I know it. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything, but I know what a dead project looks like, right? And this right here, cycle after cycle, forming higher highs and higher lows in crypto, it's not a dead project, man. No way. That's an accomplishment that 99% of coins haven't achieved, and will never achieve. You know, so the fact that it's done that over literally one bear cycle, one bull cycle, 2 bear cycles, 2 bull cycles, 3 bear cycles. It's done it over 3 bear cycles, had higher lows throughout each, right? In its bull cycles, it's had higher highs throughout each as well. Like, it's probably going to get a higher high this time. So let's see what it's going to do for the all-time high. And I say probably. I always say probably because you never know. I don't think this thing's going to rug pull like Souls. I don't think it's going to rug pull. If it was going to rug pull, it would have done it already. And there's no rug pulls at all. Here was just a dip, but that's the COVID-19 crash, you know. 236 hit. You're at your 6.9 area, holding support, looking like you want to build. 45 cents, $1.50. That's the minimum, maximum kind of expected targets. You could go higher. You really could go higher. But that's like the minimum expected targets. Yeah, 365. It's on the table. It really is. And here you are at 0.008 cents. You guys remember last cycle, whenever people were thinking Dogecoin was going to go to $1? I thought it was going to go to $1. I actually thought it was going to go higher than $1 last cycle. But I had my sell orders, man. I had my sell orders set at 78 cents because I bought at 0.0078. So 78 cents would have been a 100x for me. I wanted to say I've never actually bought and held something and sold it for a 100x. Right? The difference between people that make 100x's and don't make 100x's, there's 2 differences. One, they don't find it, right? There's some people that you just don't find the thing, you don't put your money in the thing that 100x's over time. Or 2, you do find it, but you sell it at 20x, you sell it at 10x. I had friends who were telling me, oh, I would sell it now. I would sell it now. Like whenever it was at like a 50x or even at a 20x. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You were telling me to sell it at 2x. You were telling me to sell it at 10x. You know, you would have never made it to a 20x or a 30x. And what I'm getting at is if you want to make it to a 100x, you guys, you're going to have the patience to make it to a 50x, which means making it to a 10x, a 20x. There's going to be the temptation to take profits off the table. And if you take profits off the table at any point, you're doing it right. You know, don't feel bad about it. But that's the difference between a 100x and a 10x sometimes is literally just when you sold. The 10x coin could 100x if you just hold through it, but it takes some tenacity and patience to wait for that, and belief in the coin that you're holding that it could do that. But what I'm trying to get to, what got me off on this with Dogecoin was that at 0.008 cents, it's really close to where I bought Dogecoin, and I thought Dogecoin could go to $1 that cycle or more, right? Here we are with a thing that's seen new highs cycle after cycle. Minimum target's 45 cents. Next target's 73 cents, which is around the point that Dogecoin topped off at, right? This thing has a maximum target of $1.47. It could do very well this cycle. It could do very, very well this cycle. The last cycle it saw, you know, let's see, from low to high, it saw a 100x last cycle. And it's seen more than that. I mean, it looks really, really good, man. Oh, this is the Bittrex chart. Damn, this isn't going to help. It's good for the long term. That's why I pulled it up. But let's pull up the Binance chart for the short term. Because, yeah, it's missing this move up, in case anybody was wondering. Yeah, looking good. Looking very, very good. So anyways, that's DigiByte. Let me do some final touches here. I absolutely do believe DigiByte will go higher. This is what I meant by it needs its own video, man. Relatively speaking, that's not accurate, right? The Bittrex chart had a better high, I think, or low. I don't know, but the information's different. Let's see. Oh, I do like the weekly RSI. I like the daily RSI, man. Yeah, that's a bearish look on the daily, kind of, but temporarily. Like, you're not going to move. I doubt you move lower than like a cent. You're at 1.23 cents right now, so that's a little bit of a drop. Don't get me wrong, but you're looking good, DigiByte. He did not break out. It's not a lot of volume. It's not. Let's look at the USDT pair. USDT. Okay, there's your volume. There it is. Yeah, man, you're looking like you want to break out. You could pull back a little bit first, okay? A little bit. Why would you pull back a little bit from here? You found resistance here once and twice before in this accumulation range. It makes sense that you want to give it one last little goodbye, you know, and chill here for a second, and then boom, then break out. But yeah, DigiByte, you guys, this is actually one that, you know, I've been skeptical of. I've had those higher prices in mind, but I haven't been sure, you know, if it's really worth like putting money into. But of course, here at a almost 2x, a little bit over 2x, it's a lot more appetizing. Of course, that's just how it works. But going over kind of the possibilities and really considering it, man, like DigiByte might be the next thing that I look to put some money into. It's an OG coin. I love my OG coins, man, and I really think something I've been saying since May of last year of 2023 is that I think this is going to be the OG coin cycle, you guys. I think every year has its own kind of theme. Last year it was Dogecoin memes, right? Dogecoin had, and then there's DeFi summer, there was metaverse tokens, stuff like that. We had NFTs. You know, each cycle has its themes. And last cycle we had a bunch of different themes, but like the main cryptos that stole the show were Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, right? NFTs stole the spotlight a little bit too, but that was a general thing versus like these specific coins stole the show. Mana stole the show, metaverse too. But a lot of people, everybody knows about Dogecoin, right? There are people who know about Dogecoin and don't even know about Bitcoin because of how ridiculous it got, because Elon Musk supports it or owns some, you know, has advocated for it, and Mark Cuban too, very public, famous billionaires. What was I saying before this, man? Oh yeah, that's why I think this cycle, you know, the cycle before that, it was I don't know, what was the cycle before that, DeFi summer? No, that was last cycle. The cycle before that was the ICO craze, the initial coin offering craze, where you know, you bought coins, and you can still do that even to this day with certain projects depending on how they present themselves. But you buy coins before they're released on the open market, and then once they get released, everybody would just dump the coins, and then those coins would pump back up after their dumps and everything. It didn't matter what you chose. It didn't matter if you knew anything about it or it was a legit project. They all pumped, man. I think that might have been the cycle that Pump the Ponzi came out, or maybe that's just how it's been its whole life. I don't know, but every cycle, I'm getting carried away here on these tangents. Every cycle has its theme. I think the theme of this cycle will be, I think gaming coins are going to be one. Finance coins might, you know, DeFi coins might do well as well this cycle, because we have institutional money coming in with these ETFs, right? We've had institutional money in since 2017 or earlier. We know that. That's a fact from the top 5 or top 4 out of 5 banks in the world. That's a fact. But that's my theory, because we have the ETFs approved. We have a little bit more regulatory clarity on Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. I feel like, you know, that we might see OG coins do well, because that might be a go ahead for some of these bigger funds to put money in projects like this that have been around for a long time. And are they going to put, and that's why I'm thinking it's the OG cycle, is are bigger companies, people with bigger money, are they going to put money into something that's been around for less than a year? That's a new coin. Maybe it's been around for one cycle, not even a full bull cycle, right? It's only been around for the bear cycle. Like, are they going to put money in things like that? Or are they going to put something in it that has a chart, that has multiple cycles worth of data? And that's my theory, is that we're going to see an OG cycle come upon us. There's going to be a lot of coins that the dust is going to get shaken off of them, right? They're going to really erupt. This is going to be a good cycle for a lot of coins. And DigiByte, I think, will be one of them. I also think gaming tokens are going to be good. I think I already said that. I think I said gaming, DeFi, and OG coins. And there's probably going to be other stuff too. There's going to be the new shiny toy that always comes out every single cycle. You know, meme coins are doing well right now, but I'm getting carried away. I'm trying to finish this video, so let's do it. That's DGB, looking good. Looking good. If you pull back a little bit from here, but looking good, man. Looking really, really good. Fort, and all of that's theory. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't, you know, I'm theorizing based on my experience, based on my assumptions, based on my gut, like whatever you want to call it. And I can be wrong, man. Nobody really knows the future. All we can do is assume. You know what they say about assuming. Let's see here. Let's see, top to bottom. Accumulation range, not a lot to go off of, man. It's just an accumulation range, its whole cycle. Sure, once you break above this on a closing basis, weekly closing basis, you break above 30 cents, 0.79. You're probably going to see some moves up, but how much higher are you going to go? I don't know. You might go above these all-time highs. You might not. I don't know a lot about this coin. I don't have enough to judge it, whether it's good or bad. I don't know. It's just moving sideways, so I have no reason to believe that you're going to do anything besides move sideways until you close above this. Then we'll see. Or, you know, to the downside, if you close below this weekly close here, I would say. Yeah. But I think you do want to move up. There's not a lot going on in the charts right now. You are strong on your daily RSI. Probably do continue to move up from here, but if you move lower, it's not going to be by too much. I like the 4-hour RSI. Shorter term time frames look really good. That's the most that I can say confidently is the shorter term time frames look really good. LOCA USD League of Kingdoms Arena gaming coin, I think. That's probably what that is, right? Never heard of it. Wow. It's been around for a second, huh? I mean, a couple of years, but really not that long in the time of crypto. Not even a couple of years. Let's see. Okay, a little bit more than a couple of years. There we go. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Let's see real quick here. 61869 area hit, closing above your 382 this week. If you're here or higher, that would be really nice to see. If you do that successfully, if you can close above that 382, we're looking for an extension based off of this move here, the top to bottom, which would take you up to about 47 to 59.2 cents, somewhere around there in a very short amount of time. Absolutely, you could move all the way up to your 2272 at the top of this range here, all the way up at 90 cents, 89.5 cents technically. Sure, you could do that. We'll see. Time will tell. For now, right here, 47 to 59 cents, what we're looking for. If not, potentially, prices all the way up to this 2272 at about 90 cents. So, yeah, looking good. And that's it, man. I'm gonna end the video off with that. So if you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. If there was a winner, man, I don't know. I really don't know. XDC was one of the charts that looked the worst for the short-term time frame. Which one was it? AAVE looks pretty good. XLM looks decent, but it probably doesn't grow the most out of all of them. This one does look pretty good. LOCA looks pretty good, I gotta say. DigiByte could be the winner, like out of all these over the cycle, but who knows? There might be a coin that does better than that too. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I can't remember. So there was one that I'm trying to think of, and I just can't remember which one it is. It was one of like the last 10 that I talked about, but I can't remember, so that's really why I'm not saying it. But if you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I will see you on the next one. What coin out of all these interests you guys? You know, let me know what, if you were to buy one of these coins, which one would it be, based off of your own opinions, based off of my opinions, you know, based off this video, whatever. Let me know, because I'm curious to see what has your guys' attention too. And don't just say the coin, say why also. To, you know, give a reason why. If you like the technicals, cool, that's a reason. If you know something about the fundamentals that I haven't talked about, because I didn't go over really any fundamentals for any of these coins, list that too, because that'll help enlighten me and enlighten other people, you know. And even if it's wrong, even if it's misinformation, the space is pretty good about people. I feel like people are really good about getting on each other about spreading information that's false. So don't take it as an offense. If it is, people correct you. It's good. It's good to be corrected. It's good to know the right instead of knowing the wrong, you know. I'm getting carried away again, man. So with that, I'll leave you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Thank you all very much. Take care. Bye-bye.